Roll the corn, Galil had the gun. We know the truth now. Peace to the gods and goddesses in the chat. Shout out to everybody reposting and sharing the YouTube and TikTok videos. I love you and I'm in love with you. Share the live, share the live, share the live. We know the truth now. Melissa, what's up? Put where you from in the chat. Dorian of the Sea. Roll the corn. Boss lady, I love you and I'm in love with you. Marty Marr, roll the corn. Put the corn in the chat. Mookie, appreciate this share. Ella with this share. Oh, y'all rolling the corn today. What's going on today? Ella Luke, what's up? Y'all ready today? We ready for the knowledge today. Casey Macon in the building. Chicago, Illinois. Sacramento, California. Respect my kicks. Right IG, what's up? What's that right there? You should repent. What's up? Roll the corn. Copper. Memphis, Minnesota right now. The energy. Indiana in the building. Mookie, what's up? Love you and I'm in love with you. Bunny ID Tribe. Carl Macon, what's up, brother? Y'all follow Carl Macon, follow Casey Macon, follow Keisha the Hood Princess, follow Boss Lady. Roll the corn, Ohio, DC, Deep East Texas, Lumberton, Mississippi in the building. Follow Anita, Truth, what's up? Roll the corn. We know the truth now. Okay, today I'm gonna talk about the Mississippi Delta. The Choctaw have a creation story out of a mound in Mississippi. And it's a lot of creation stories that happen in the Mississippi area. And I want to talk about some of this stuff and talk about what they talked about the Mississippi Delta and show y'all that the Mississippi Delta is one of the areas that a lot of creation stories of our people came from. And I want to show you what they were saying about the Mississippi Delta, a long time ago, right? Ancient books are talking about the Delta just like it's Egypt. And I want to show y'all some of the receipts from that. Nina Waya, there you go, Chief Old Bear. Chief Old Bear, he know what's going on. Roll the corn. It's a cave there. You know, they say that's the creation story of man come out of the cave at the Choctaw Mound. And that is the creation story of the Choctaw, right? What's good? What's good, Chief Old Bear? Appreciate you, brother. We're gonna talk about the Delta in Mississippi a little bit and the ancient cultures and show y'all how old they were saying the people was there, and hope we get a better explanation of where our people come from and what kind of history that we talked about throughout our ancient culture in America, right? Okay, we're gonna start with Queen Elizabeth, right? The Queen had a place, she sold it now, but it had a place called Queen's Farm, connects to the Mississippi Delta. Now, the Queen, I already showed y'all that the Queen got wealthy off of land, mound builders land in Europe, right? And these people know, Alabama in the building, Birmingham. These people know that what is the most ancient land on the face of the earth. They know where the most ancient agriculture comes from. They know where the most ancient knowledge of the teachings of the knowledge come from. These people know the truth. These people know that the Mississippi Delta is the original spot for the knowledge and the agriculture and all the symbolism that they have comes from mound builder symbolism, and they live on mound builders in. I'm from Jackson, Mississippi, Chief Old Bear. I live in Georgia, but I'm from Jackson, Mississippi. These people know where the ancient culture was. She owned 36,000 acres in the Mississippi Delta, all cotton fields, people. All cotton fields. Now check this out. Roll the corn. All cotton fields in the Mississippi Delta. Check this out. Instruct the queen to repay her debt back to black cotton pickers in Queen's Farm Plantation. Now, this is our ancient land. The queen owned almost the whole Mississippi Delta, right? And she was making over $1 million a year off cotton production back years ago in the Mississippi Delta. But what we don't understand is they took over the mound complexes in the Mississippi Delta. They took over the land, and these people got rich, and they took all the artifacts out of the Mississippi Delta because they know the Mississippi Delta is older than Egypt, it's older than Samaria, it's older than Europe and all of that. They knew that this was the spot where the knowledge came from, right? Let's keep going. The queen, she supposed to repay back to the melanated people down there in the Mississippi Delta. These are the original people of Mississippi right here, working in them cotton fields down there that she owned all the land, and these people got rich off agriculture. See, Queen Elizabeth, these people got rich off agriculture. So I want y'all to learn it and learn that the wealth gap opened up because of agriculture that they took from our people long time ago. And I want y'all to learn that. We got to stop looking over the land and start looking at what really happened and how these people got wealthy, right? Bolivar County, Mississippi does have mounds, including the Blanchard Harris House and mounds, area around Mound Bayou and Mound Landing. Queen Elizabeth owned all of this before she passed away, right? She owned all of this. And a lot of our artifacts went to England, Britain, France from the Mississippi Delta because these people owned the land, and they took all of the mummies and all of that stuff come out of the Mississippi Delta of our ancient culture, got took out of America and was taken over there. We think a lot of her riches come from stealing from from Egypt. See, a lot of our people think they did steal from Egypt, but they stole from the Mississippi Delta, and they got all type of gold and mummies and all of that out of the Delta. And they put them in museums in England, and we think they come from Egypt, but 80% of them coming from Mississippi, the Mississippi Delta. Roll the corn. Now let's get into the Mississippi Delta. Now, Choctaw. We got mounds. Bolivar County. This is the Delta, the part of the Delta where all of this is agriculture land on the river. This is $1 million worth of land right here because all of this land grows tobacco, cotton, corn, beans, squash, rice even grows in this area. And this is ancient Choctaw area, right? You see the mounds on the island right here. She owned all of this for a long time, and they just probably sold it a couple of years ago, right? Because they ran through the land and they used all the resources up, and then they sold it. Queen Elizabeth owned this, right? This is our people's land, people. And these people got very, very, very wealthy off of this land. Now we got to look at it from another point of how did they get wealthy. They got wealthy off of the land of mound builders. They live on mound builder land in England and Britain, and they took over the mound builders' land in ancient Mississippi. See, we think these people just got rich off their own land. They got rich off over here also, right? Let's keep going. Great cotton plantation, American South. 60 square miles, 58,000 acres, fertile Mississippi Delta, right? Mississippians, factor financial and success of the British-owned plantation. You see that? British-owned plantation. These people already knew how much money they was gonna make off the agriculture on the Mississippi Delta. This stuff is owned from way across the world, people. British owned. You see that, right? Way across the world, these people own this land. Let's keep going. Now, Pontotoc County is the county, right? Now, check this out. We got mounds, pottery, stone shell article, animal bones, gun flints, copperheads, nose rings, beads. I told y'all about the beads and the earrings and the Natchez trace, beads and bones. It's Clark Mound, Bridges Mound. It's mounds after mounds, Chewy mounds, Russell mounds, Hardin mounds. All these mounds are aligned with stars over 10,000 years old in the Mississippi Delta. Now, why is this important? This is important because this is the first culture on the face of the earth. This is the first culture on the face of the earth with the teachings of mound building, astrology, agriculture, virtuous Hebrew teachings. All of that come from the Mississippi Delta. It don't come from Egypt. It don't come from no damn Samaria. It don't come from no damn China or no Indus Valley or no Indonesia. All of the ancient teachings come from the Mississippi Valley. And I'm going to show y'all how old this stuff is. I'm going to show y'all how old this stuff is. This got to be very important land if the Queen of England is over here buying all of it, taking it, people. For thousands of years, the Mississippi River deposited silt upstream into the Delta, slowly building up a rich alluvial deposits that would make the area some of the most fertile agriculture land in the world, Craig. In the world, not in America. In the world, look at all this, sycamore trees. Egyptians got tombs built out of sycamore trees, people. That's where they get this stuff from. The sycamore tree with the coffin of the Egyptian sycamore tree. They're talking, Egypt's whole history is talking about the sycamore tree. Go read about it. Sycamore tree, pecan trees, hickory, black gum. We even got black gum rubbed on top of Egyptian caskets, people. Black gum on top of sycamore tree, rubbed down on top of the casket. This comes from the Mississippi Delta. This don't come from no damn Egypt, right? We got the most sycamore trees in the world. We got the most black gum in the world, right on the Mississippi River. Now look, the birds, herons. Herons is one of the animals used in Egypt, kind of like the ibis, right? The Florida panther, the black panther, the jaguar. The Delta was swampland, wetlands. Now, I want y'all to understand this right here. This is the most fertile agriculture land in the world. This is Kemet. This is Kemet. This is ancient Kodesh, spiritual land, the black soil. This is the original Kemet. And I'm going to show y'all how the Nile was irrigated just like the Mississippi Delta, exactly the same way. I got the receipts. Locust, look. Locust, people. I showed y'all the locust with the beads. Locusts coming from the east, eating your crops. That is Hebrew. All of that comes from the Mississippi Delta. All of it. Now, we took this knowledge to Egypt and we done the same thing we done on the Mississippi and we done it in Egypt. Thousands of years later, right? Because the knowledge comes from the Mississippi Delta. If you ever been to the Mississippi Delta, ain't no land regular. All of it is agriculture land, hundreds of miles, all the way back to the Mississippi River. This place was cultivated over 10,000 years ago, and I'm gonna show you. Egypt is nowhere near 10,000 years old. Egypt is an extension of our people coming over there, right? I'm gonna show y'all something else y'all might didn't know. Let me see. Mississippian culture, right? Organized into chiefdoms, had an economy based on trade and agriculture. They built flat-top earthen mounds that were ceremonial, 6 miles north of present-day Greenville. Greenville got the Winterville mounds, one of the tallest mounds in America. Had a series of 23 mounds arranged around the plaza, right? 55-foot mound in Winterville, Mississippi. That's the one I went to with the video on my page, right? Whites had settled on farms near the Mississippi River on higher land on eastern fringes of the Delta, early 19th century, right? Tunica Biloxi Indians are melanated. Tunica Biloxi Indians are melanated. The chief, a melanated chief, just got the mounds and the land back for the Tunica Biloxi tribe. Y'all researched it. He got his mounds back and his land back. A melanated man got his mounds back from the Tunica Biloxi from Louisiana and Mississippi. Right, Winterville, that I was showing you. One of the tallest mounds in America. That is a pyramid mound right there in Greenville, Mississippi in the Delta, people. That's the one I got the video of when I'm walking up the platform. Now check this out. Eventually, building vast cotton plantations, they replaced the forest, can break, swampland. Successful agriculture work required large number of slaves and money. But these are not slaves. These are prisoners of war of Britain, prisoners of war of Spain, on their ancestors' land, still working the same land that their ancestors had cultivated that whole area, right? Greenwood LeFlore, that's what I was teaching y'all. He was his daddy was French, his mother was a native. He became the Choctaw chief and he signed the treaties to make all our people move off the land. But these wasn't the original Choctaw. These were the culturally assimilated Choctaw that signed the treaties for the Indian Removal Act, right? Roll the corn. They gave Greenwood LeFlore like 1,000 acres for what he done to help the government take over the land in the South. He had plantations in thousands of acres, right? Now the Native American story about them owning slaves, this the part of the knowledge people don't understand. They were mixed with YT people. Let me say that again. It wasn't the natives that owned slaves, it was natives mixed with YTs that owned slaves. Greenwood LeFlore owned slaves, right? You see that? Greenwood LeFlore owned slaves. Here we go. Greenwood LeFlore daddy was a French fur trader, people. His daddy was French. How the hell is he a Choctaw chief and his daddy is a French fur trader? So the American government went after the weakest link. They had babies with the natives. When the children grow up, YT and native, they put them in the government and then they sign over the land of the so-called Choctaw. The melanated Choctaws did not have nothing to do with the selling of the land. But everybody got to move once Greenwood LeFlore signs the bill of the Trail of Tears, the Indian Removal Act. He is a culturally assimilated chief of the Choctaw, right? A Mongolian and a YT man cannot be the fucking chief of the Choctaw. That don't make no damn sense. Let me say that again. A Mongolian mother, a YT daddy. How is he the chief of the Choctaw? Y'all research this stuff. These people playing this stuff out. See, this is where it gets interesting, right? These people playing this stuff out for years, for decades, people. They're like, okay, we're gonna make babies with these natives, and when the child grows up, we're gonna put him through a European school so he can learn all of the laws of the colonizer. And Greenwood LeFlore comes up as a colonizer going through colleges and getting taught slavery from his daddy's side of his family tree, right? So when he becomes a grown man, He is a colonizer. He is not a Choctaw chief. He's not there for the people no more. He is there to make his father proud. He is there to sign over the land to the government where his dad is a part of and pass the land over. He is a culturally assimilated chief, right? And I already done a story on Greenwood LeFlore. The same thing happened with the Creek Indians, and the same thing happened with the Muskogee. Culturally assimilated through natives and YT people and giving away the land of the melanated Indian, who was originally the Choctaw, originally the Creek, originally, and people don't understand this, so let me break it down. Let me break it down a little farther. Okay, colonizers come, right? We got melanated Choctaws and we got natives just living in the area, right? We got melanated Choctaws and natives living in the area. The melanated Choctaws are fighting these people. They are fighting these people. The melanated Choctaws are getting unalived. They are not signing no treaties. They are fighting Spanish armies, French, British, Portugal, Spain. They fighting all these different armies. The native who was on the land at the time, and nothing but a couple of them now. It's not a lot of these people. But they see the weak point and they like, okay, we can't culturally assimilate with the melanated Indians, so we're going to name these people up the street who just living off the land, who ain't even got no part, nothing to do with this. We're going to name them Choctaws too. We're going to name them Creeks too, because they was on the land when we came too. So anybody in these areas are named one tribe, right? But they not the original tribe. They just on the land squatting, coming over here trying to eat and survive, and our people were teaching some of them, right? So you attack them. You attack them because they are the weak link. They weak. They not smart. They not going to fight. So we can use them, have babies with them, act like they are the original people, trick them out to sign some land that was not owned at first. And that's what happened through history. They tricked out the native Creeks. They tricked out the native Choctaw and Muskogee, signed all the land over from the melanated Indian, and gave all of it away. So armies just pop up on melanated Indians, telling them they got to move because a treaty was signed with the squatters up the street. Now do you understand? They come to the melanated Indian like, we got the treaty. Who the hell signed that? Who signed that? Hell no. We don't know them people. And they use that treaty to justify the army moving our people to Oklahoma, moving our people to out of the black belt, right? That's what happened. So let's keep going. I just want y'all to understand what really happened in the South. Okay, let's go here. Roll the coin, y'all. Put the coin in the chat. Put the coin in the chat. See where we was at. Winterville. Let me see. Earthen Mounds, Greenville. We got that part. Okay. It was once believed that up until about 6,000 years ago, the Mississippi Delta was an uninhabitable wasteland. However, archaeological detective and high-temp mapping, what did it say? More than 10,000 years ago, people. Our people was in the Delta more than 10,000 years ago. That is 2 times older than Egypt. 2 times older than Egypt. That is 3,000-4,000 years older than Samaria, right? Our culture was already here on the Mississippi Valley. 10,000, that's why those mounds on LSU are 10,000 years old. That's why the Poverty Point is older than they say it is, right? With the Haru mound right in Louisiana, Monte Santo mound that was tore down in on the Mississippi River in Louisiana, older than 10,000 years old. And I'm gonna show y'all today that you can go inside these mounds just like tombs People just think they're just dirt mounds. They covered up, people. The doors on the mounds are covered up. I'm gonna show y'all that these mounds are got doors on them. You can walk in. I got some new receipts. Roll the corn. I'm gonna show y'all that today. It's gonna be fascinating. Y'all stick with me. I got some more knowledge for y'all. This stuff crazy, right? We found that not only it was habitable, it was ideal, right? Surface geology, surface mapping for the Mississippi Department of Environmental Quality. The land is going to be full of game. The waters will be full of fish. He said that it was once thought to be 5,000 to 6,000 years old ago, but was actually habitable 12,500 years ago or more. This is where the knowledge comes from, people. This is where the mound pyramid start first evolving into the stone pyramid. This is the first place of the knowledge. Now, this is what I want to explain to y'all. We got all these people teaching about we're teaching about the Tuttleshean. We're teaching about Samaria and Egypt. We're teaching about the Moors. And ain't none of that around when this going on, people. Ain't no damn Tuttleshean. Ain't no old mix. Ain't no Mayans. Ain't no Incas. Ain't no Egyptians with no pyramids. Ain't no damn Sumerians. Ain't none of that. When this is going on 10,000 years ago, ain't nobody around the world doing civilized agriculture but the Mississippi motherfucking Delta. That's where the spirituality come from. That's where Sirius come from. That's where the all-seeing eye come from. That's where the maize god, the Osiris ideology come from. That's where the Isis mother goddess come from. Right on the Delta. Roll the motherfucking corn. Ain't nobody that old. That's where the sickness come from. That's where the northern hemisphere stars and the southern hemisphere stars come from. All that come from our people, every bit of that fucking knowledge. Don't you think now one day it started somewhere else? All of it from here. People say the Mississippi Delta is just like Egypt. No, Egypt like the Mississippi Delta. You got it all backwards. This ain't Egypt. This is Tamerrikaans, the beautiful land, the first land, the land of the ancestors. And I'm going to show you that. We're not going to call the Mississippi no goddamn Egypt. This ain't Egypt. We better than Egypt. We started it. We are the first people to do it. We wasn't in no drought. We wasn't hungry. We wasn't over there fighting wars and killing and doing all that. This ain't Egypt. This Tamerrikaans, a peaceful land. Everybody eats over here. Everybody ain't eating in Egypt. This ain't Egypt. Sin and bad things start happening when it got to the Nile because we start dealing with certain type of uncivilized people. The people over here were civilized. When you go to the Mississippi Delta, if you ever get a chance to go, there is hundreds and hundreds and thousands of acres of beautiful land feeding people 10,000 years ago in that area. It was peace, love, trading at the mounds, virtue, spirituality, God-conscious people buried in the mounds. Nature loving. Okay, this where your family bloodline comes from in America today. Those people. You didn't come from no damn Nigeria. You didn't come from no West Africa. Those are not virtuous Hebrew farming, agriculture, star-lining people. The knowledge got to them later. Roll the corn. Let's keep going. I'm finna break it all down. Y'all know me. I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna show you the receipts. We just getting started. I'm going to roll about an hour. Let's keep going. Now, look at this. What they say right there. An American lion jawbone discovered in Natchez, Mississippi. An American lion, people. An American lion. A lion in Mississippi. Walking around. Okay. Y'all see them damn Sumerians. Y'all see them damn Sumerians holding lions, representation of Leo. Mound builders. Y'all think no lions went over here? Y'all think this land ain't had every fucking animal, every crop before everybody else? Right in Natchez, Mississippi got mounds, people. Now extinct animals thought to be 20 or 30% larger than the African lion. Our lion way bigger than the African lion. Now imagine how big he was. Yeah, right on the Mississippi. We got real ancient culture that don't teach us. We walking around with lions in Mississippi thousands of years ago. you see it? 20, 30% larger than the African lion. Big jawbone American lion. Rawr, nigga. Roll the coat. So, when these people try to teach that we didn't have no, ain't no lion in America. Ain't no lion in America. Oh, we just got lions in Samaria and lions in Africa. No. We had lions on the mound building complex. These were found in mounds. Okay, let's keep going. That's fire right there. Okay. Lower Mississippi Valley, which includes the Mississippi Delta, the highest concentration of archaeological sites in North America. In Mississippi, the number of known older sites, Paleo-Indian, early Archaic, has doubled in the last 5 years through landowners' cooperation in the use of LiDAR elevation maps. See, private land holds secrets, people. Private land holds the secrets of the Delta. The Mississippi Delta got most sites than any other place in America. More ancient 10,000-year-old sites than any other place in America. What does that tell you? That's where the culture came from. That's where the cliff dweller came from, off of this stock. That's where the Olmec stock come from. That's where the Mayan stock come off the Olmec stock. The stock started in the Mississippi Delta. So all that old Olmecs came up with the knowledge. No, fuck all that. No, them people are descendants from our old culture. Where you think they got the maize god from? They try to make it seem like South America is the motherland of America. It's not. It's not older than the Mississippi Delta. Stop it. All these people not connected to this, instead of thinking the Olmecs taught the Mississippian. That's a lie. The Mississippian is the Olmec later down the line. You can't lie about time, people. It sound cute, Tuttle She, and it shit sound cute. That's Mississippian knowledge. You think you're teaching something, you're not teaching nothing. Take it back to where it started. 12,500-year-old sites. Olmecs is 5,000 years old. That is not older than the Mississippi Valley. Sumerians is not older than the Mississippi Valley. Galil at the gun. Roll the corn. Now, when we go back to that Delta and learn what that Delta was teaching, look at the land, look at the mounds and the agriculture, look at all the stuff hidden under the ground, tombs and mummies and gold and copper. See, that's the part of the country that they're going to hide. That is the original black belt. That is the most fertile land on the face of the earth. Let me show it to you again so you won't think I'm just making shit up. Show it to them again, Truth. Show it to them again for the new people. All this knowledge coming from agriculture, right? The most fertile agriculture land in the fucking world come from the Mississippi Delta. That's Kemet. That's the original Kemet. You can come on with it, Egyptologists. You can come on with it, all you African teaching. You can come on with all of that. Bring it to truth now. Watch I shut your ass down and show you some 12,000-year-old black soil in the Mississippi Delta. The Kemet, the black soil. Yeah, this the real Kemet. Do y'all people know who y'all are? Do you know who you are? Your grandmama them from Mississippi and Alabama, Louisiana. Y'all know who y'all are? Y'all the real Hebrews. Y'all the real God's chosen people. You know who you are? Motherfuckers walk around don't even know who they are. Do you know what your bloodline did for this world? Do you know what your bloodline did for the world? That coin and that knowledge changed the world, people. Your people blood, that blood still in y'all today, hitting like on this live. I swear to God. I swear to everything, nature, the earth, everything, that blood is in your bloodline right now. And on top of all of that, these people got wealthy off your ancient agriculture, took all the teachings and made it Freemasonry. Why do you think Freemasons use mound builder symbolism? Because that's what made them rich. That's what they look up to. They want to be the mound builder. They want to be the pyramid builder. They know that's where their families got wealthy off of. They know that's where all the knowledge of the earth come from. All the knowledge that people are teaching today on the internet come from the Mississippi Delta. They know that. That's why the Queen of England went over there and took over this land long time ago and got richer off of it. Let me show you again. You think it's a joke? Why the Queen want that land over there? She don't want no garbage piece of land. It's the fake ass Queen. She want the best agriculture land on the face of the earth. That's what she went and got. Why is an English queen owning 36,000 acres in the Mississippi Delta? She know where the knowledge come from. She know. Our people don't know. She know. She know. Look who out there working. Look who working picking the cotton out there for. Yeah, she know. God's chosen people picking the cotton for her on God's chosen land. She know. These people ain't no stupid people. These people know where the knowledge came from, where the most fertile land on the face of the earth is. They know. You think Mississippi a piece of shit, don't you? Yeah, Mississippi is garbage, ain't nothing down there. It's country, it's racist. Mississippi is the God's land. The most ancient spiritual land on the face of the earth. Why are people dissing it? We dissing agriculture. We don't want to farm. We want to rap. That's cool. But these people got wealthy off the land. You know how rich the Queen of England is? Do you know how rich royalty is in England? They got rich off our land. You got to start showing more respect to the land. The land made people wealthy, people. Not no gold, not no diamonds, not no damn none of that. The land made these people rich. Let me show you. Let me show you. Roll the coin. You want the receipts? We got them. You want the real receipts? We got them. Roll the coin. Roll the coin. I showed this the other day, but I'm going to show it to you again. I showed you this the other day, but I'm going to show it to you again. Roll the coin. America's wealthiest families. What they get rich off of, truth? Large-scale farming, California. Agriculture, Lawrence Group. Yeah, rich as hell. Let's keep going. Southern colonies. Yeah, hold on. Hold on, let me get back to the roll the corn. Wealth generated through means and state of land. Primary source of wealth. You see it, the Dukes. Primary source of wealth, where it come from, Truth? Agriculture. Y'all think these white people just around here got mansions and big ass Suburbans and Cadillac trucks and Benzes and you think they just went to school at Ole Miss and Mississippi State and got a degree? Nah. Nah. That ain't get them no bankroll. They ancestors took the land and got rich off the land, passed it down to their ass. That's why they living like this. Look, here we go. Dukes, rent land, direct farming, yeah, forests, yeah, roll the corn. We got more. Look, wealth, ownership, agricultural estates, yeah, English dukes, wealth off agriculture. Yeah, y'all thought they were doing something special, didn't you? Y'all thought they were around here. They got PhDs. They all smart, wearing they look goofy ass glasses and acting like they just so smart and they're way smarter than you. Them folk got rich off your grandmama and them putting crops in the field long time ago. The books ain't do it. The college ain't do it. The PhDs ain't do it. Y'all see, they got us thinking the PhDs the one got them rich. No. Oh, they doctors and lawyers. No, that ain't what got them the bankroll. The bankroll got made off the land. Agricultural states. Around here giving these people all these props. Oh, they got more schooling than us. No. School ain't break the bank. School did not break the bank. The land broke the bank. Even the Queen of England in England live on agriculture land built by the mound builders. That's where they got the idea from. Our people moved over there to England, put corn in mounds in England. They take over the land, sell the crops on their land, get wealthy. Anybody smart gonna say, okay, we done made some millions off the land in England with the corn out there, the corn wall. Where the original corn wall at? America. We finna take our head to the Mississippi Delta and get some more land. The Queen of England live on the corn wall. And our people took it over there a long time ago. That's why the mounds are out there. Let me show it to you real quick for the new people. Yeah, our people took this shit all over the world. This ain't just no... Look. Lancaster. Cornwall. Lancaster. Mounds. Okay. Yeah, see, they know where the knowledge is. They know where the money is, too. You find the mounds with the agriculture. You take the land and you sell the crops right off of ancient mound builder land. Ain't nobody else got no corn in England when they took over this land. You can sell the crops at the highest price on the market. Ain't no competition over there. Okay. Now let's get back to common sense. If I make a killing off the corn that I took over in Lancaster, that our ancient ancestors took over there when they built the mounds, you go to Mississippi where it all started, buy up all the fields, and you bring that crop right back to where? England. And make a killing. Y'all think these people royalty, don't you? It's the queen. Them folks ain't done nothing but took over the goddamn field. Y'all think they so... Why do you think... How did they get all the artifacts, people? How you get all the artifacts? Think about it. When you take over the field with the mounds and the pyramids and the temples, all the artifacts right in there. You take the artifacts out the field, sell the agriculture, put the artifacts in a museum in your home country, right back in England. Now you got gold everything, mummies, Indian shit, Do you understand where it's coming out of my mouth? You take the artifacts, you get rich off the gold you find in these places. And on top of that, this is another thing y'all got to pay attention to. This where the mines at, people. This where the copper mines at. Where mound builders at. This where the gold mines at. This where the mica, the diamond mines, the lapis lazuli, all the mines are right there by the mound. We mined by the mound. You go right in there and get right back to hitting where the mound builder died at. Oh shit, diamonds, gold, right here. They already showed y'all where it's at. see, now I'm going over people's heads. You get rich off the earth. The richest people got rich off oil, people. Earthly things. Oil, diamonds, agriculture. You take the agriculture money, you build an oil company. You take the agriculture money, you build a diamond and a copper mining company. You take the wood, sell the wood. Sycamore trees, right back in. It's free money. Let's keep going. Yeah, keep it moving. I can't teach you no better. Okay. Look how old these artifacts is. There's hematite. Hematite is a red stone that you grind up and they use it to put red paint on people's faces. Hematite. Right in the Mississippi River. Hematite was used by Egyptians for the same thing. Hematite was used by the Kushites for the same thing. Red stone, grinded up, red paint on your eyes, red paint on your face. Egyptians and Kushites done the same thing the Mississippian done. Hematite is all over the Mississippi Delta. Roll the corn. That's where they come from. Research hematite. Hematite. Research it. It come from here. It come from here. And those cultures are mimicking our culture that we taught them over there. Right? That's where they come from. I'm gonna teach you the way the earth wanted to get taught. I'm gonna teach you the way the earth wanted to get taught, babe. Fresh from the ground. This ain't no mythology. You wanna go read about some aliens and shit, go on over to the Billy Carson page. Our people created all this shit. Go over there and listen to them damn fairy tales you want to. This our people. Look at the hairline. Mississippians, look. You see it. Missouri. Human figures found in the mounds. Look at the hairline. Who got a hairline like that? Who got the $100 line up like that? Who the hell got the $100 line up like that, bro? Roll the card. Ain't nobody got no $100 line up like that but us. Nobody got no $100 line up like that but us. Stop playing, man. The man fresh out the chair. Let's keep going, bro. Roll the call. Let's keep going. Now, the Nile Delta and the Mississippi Delta, what they say about it? In such case, main flow splits into two or more distributaries, smaller streams that traverse the growing delta. We see the pattern in the Nile well as in our own Mississippi River Delta. In fact, the Nile and the Mississippi Delta are very similar in size and shape. But which one is older? The Nile temples, the Nile pyramids, are not older than the mounds of the Mississippi Delta. This is the first culture. It evolved into other cultures, right? This place is laid out the same way, right? That's fire. The large delta. River drains, huge tracts of land. Our people done this over there and over here. Over here first, though. Let's keep going. Now we finna get deep. Let's get deep. Let's get deep. Let's get deep. Okay. Now we finding, and some of the types have a strong resemblance to the water vessels of Egypt found in the Mississippi Delta. Same pottery, people. Now we're gonna get into the symbolism. Now we finna get into the symbolism. Now, I'm finna bust their head with this. I'm busting heads, taking name with this knowledge right here. Watch this. Same pottery that's found on the Mississippi River, found in Egypt. You see it right there. Same water vessels. Let's keep going. Now, pay close attention. Huh? Am I a scientist? Huh? Oh, what now? No, ma'am. Roll the corn. That's my neighbor. I love her and I'm in love with her. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we can throw the football as soon as I get done. Give me about 10 minutes. I got you. Roll the corn. We got a little girl wanna. Yeah. Uh-huh. Second down height. Hut. She want to play football. I'm going to throw the football with her as soon as I get done. I might record and throw it on TikTok. Roll the corn. But anyway, let's get back to this. She the truth, y'all. Okay. Now, we talking about Egypt and the symbolism that Egypt used for America, right? Now check this out. In Europe, ancient and common, perhaps it would be called the Greek cross, but the same figure seen on the pyramids and was a hieroglyph in Egypt some 1,000 years ago. In fact, according to Wilkinson, a figure almost exactly like the enclosed cross on the burial vase of a mound in Illinois makes this part of the hieroglyphic name of Egypt, in which is repeated 4 times, right? Sacred cakes of ancient Egyptians, which were sacred bulls. That's Taurus. That's what they're talking about, right? To the service, hold on, let me skip the Isis part. Sacred bulls. Let me see. To the god, service to their god Isis, which made the same sign as the cross. The cross cake was their hieroglyphic of the civilized land, people. The same figure pops up in China, right? Emblem of land or country, the symbol, the ancient land. The ancient land, that is the symbol of the ancient land, right? The cross. Now we finna get deep. Now, what they saying is, Egypt got a symbol of the ancient land. China got a symbol of the ancient land, right? What land are they talking about? Now we finna get deep. What land they talking about? Let's keep going. Now you see this symbol on the pottery of the Mississippi, right? This is the symbol of the land of America, right? America art taken from a mound, bank Great Rivers, Mississippi County, Missouri. You see the symbolism of the cross? Now watch this. Ancient Egyptians who were recovered from a tomb The ruins of ancient Thebes in Egypt. They have taken scores of burial vases from the ancient mounds in Illinois and Missouri, almost exactly duplicating the most peculiar shapes of many from Egypt. Right? Now, this is a connection between Egypt and America with this symbol. Watch this. Tamerrikaans. You see the feather. You see the cross, the X. These people are talking about their ancestors from here. Tamerrikaans, Tamerrikaans. Roll the corn. Do you see that? Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's break that down again. This symbol is talking about some type of ancestral land, right? Watch this. Let's look at it again. The cross cake was the hieroglyphic for the civilized land. See that? Civilized land. We got that on Mississippian pottery. This is the civilized land because this is our symbol, right? Then when they get to Egypt, they putting this on the wall talking about Tamerrikaans with the X or the cross. Tamerrikaans. The people of two lands. The two lands is the Nile and the Mississippi Delta. Roll the corn. That's what they talking about. Ooh, that's fire. That's fire. That's fire. The people of the two lands. Okay, we know where the two lands at now. We know where the two lands. Tamari. That's what Amaru. That's where all of that come from. They sitting there telling you on the walls in Egypt where these people come from, where the ancestors come from. That's fire. Let me cook. Cut the stove up. Now, Freemasonry stole these symbols. They stole these symbols, right? Lord, hold on. Acoustic meaning must have been known to the ancient dwellers of the Western continent. The Western continent is America. Knights Templar is mound builder shit. Let me explain that again. Ain't no Knights Templar. Ain't no motherfucking Knights Templar. I showed y'all King Arthur the round table at King Arthur, didn't it? What is King Arthur's round table? Put it in the chat. I'm still laughing because the little girl called me a scientist. That's fire. She said, you a scientist? King Arthur's, hold on. There we go. Skeet. King Arthur's round table is a motherfucking mound. Them white tea people ain't got no round table. They are using our old culture as their mythology, talking about a round King Arthur round table. That's a mound. Ain't no damn table. They ain't bring no table. They ain't bring no table to the relationship. Go and look up King Arthur's round table and watch you see a mound. What does that teach you? They are taking our ancient culture and using it as if it's mythology to make it seem like they are kings. Ain't no round table, motherfucker. Where is it? There's a mound builder mound over there with corn around it. And y'all talking about it's the round table of the Knights Templar. King Arthur ain't even real. Nigga created. He's a creative player on 2K. Trying to make some type of royalty over there. That's where you get Thor from and King Arthur. All that shit is made up. Mound builder hammer. Y'all want to call it a Thor hammer. Y'all ain't, boy, I'm a bad man. Because I'm the only one going to tell y'all this stuff. They ain't got no history. Ain't no king at the table with no knights and swords sitting around no big ass table in no castle. That is a mound. Go look it up. I had the receipt a while back, but I ain't got time to find it today. Let's keep going. Now check this out. Yeah, star forts. Yeah. Who built them? We know the truth now. Star forts. Mississippi Valley. They are sacred pentagon. Yeah, they try to make it evil. Yeah, these are mounds guarding outer openings of gateways. These mounds. Them star forts and military forts was already here. That's our shit. You see it? Y'all trying to figure out where the damn star forts come from? Here you go, right here. Mississippi Valley. There you go. Sacred pentagon. 5 angles forming the pentagon. Pentagon, right? There you go. Mounds. Mounds guarding outer openings of gateways. Earthworks. Forms of circles. Squares. Triangles. Ah, shit. Ain't no Spanish built no damn fort. Y'all talking about the Spanish built them. The Moors built them. The Moors and the Cap. They didn't build it. It was already here. These are mound complexes, steady, begin more and more evolved. And now they building them looking like this. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Roll the corn. Mississippi Valley once home of what they say? I can't see it. Once home of a population composed of tribes who had fixed habitations, large towns, practiced agriculture with the good degree of method and skill, who were well-organized system of religious and worship. That's where spirituality comes from, the mound builders of the Mississippi Valley. Shit way older than Egypt. Egypt is a baby. Hill ranges, navigated. Rivers were first navigated by white men who were confident in difficult matter to prove. Right? Mississippi, and they have the most numerous and considerate hardly farms, big population, large towns with mounds, people, ancient culture. This is our ancestors in the valley. The bank of the Mississippi, right? See that? I'm gonna show you the receipts. Look. 2 types of large platform mounds, America's bottom in the region, right? Truncated pyramids, symbolic in their shape, having an analogy of earthen pyramids. Earthen pyramids are older than stone pyramids. Roll the corn. Look at it. Check it out. We got more. Check it out. Mound building, symbolic. You see it? This stuff tore down. This is in Wisconsin, Minnesota, Northwest, up at the top of the Mississippi. Symbolic mounds all the way up. Great nation of mound builders had carried a remarkable degree of custom, not only the mound making the mounds nearly all symbolic, and these are the symbols the Freemasons are using to this day. They're still using the same symbolism. The sun mound, look, sun. I told y'all that mound, Emerald Mound in Mississippi is shaped just like the sun. Fire. That's fire. Look at this. The central embankment is formed of a tortoise, people. 45 feet of length, 27 inch. That is the tortoise mounds. Fire. You think our ancestors weren't putting that turtle down? The turtle on the ground. The symbol of Tamerrikaans is on the ground, the turtle. The tortoise. Yellow clay. That's fire. The asterisk. The asterisk is found on the walls in France. They don't even know what the hell it means. That same asterisk found on the wall with the Pleiades, I showed y'all the other day with the Pleiades and Orion on the wall, with the Bull Taurus on the wall in France, with the asterisk on the wall. They calling it, it's mound building culture from here. They be trying to act like they don't want to connect it. I'm going to connect it for y'all. They keep going. Right? One recognizes an Egyptian landscape by seeing the background of the pyramid. Egypt and the pyramid seem to be inseparable, right? Yet America has many pyramids. Many. Not just one or two. Many. There are many pyramids in the United States. Regular, perfect pyramids of earth and not faced with stone. One of the largest is situated in the level plain of the rich piece of lowland bordering Mississippi opposite of St. Louis. That's Cahokia. Practiced by American mound builders. The great mound over the ashes of our ancestors. Right? That's what that is. Stone axes, weapons, helmets, people. Hebrews wore helmets. You see that? Weapons, axes, swords, helmets. That's Hebrew. I can't teach you no better. Ain't nobody wearing no copper helmet 10,000 years ago but Hebrews, people. Ain't nobody else in the world got no copper helmet, no copper sword 10,000 years ago but the Mississippi Delta. The Mississippi River mound build. That's it. They are the original Hebrews. Them your ancestors. Their blood's still in your vein today. You still the Hebrews. That's what I'm trying to teach y'all. I'm trying to teach you the right way. This the right way. They keep going. Earthen mounds are common in Egypt, people. I told y'all this. Niggas on the internet. Man, a mound ain't no pyramid. Bro, you don't even know the mound is the first pyramid, dummy. You just over there licking on the pyramid, humping all on the side of the pyramid, bopping out. Learn the real knowledge. Stop bopping. Just over there humping the side of the pyramid like you don't know where it come from. You don't. You just learned from Egypt. You didn't learn from the beginning. Stop licking and sucking all on the pyramid, bro. The pyramid don't want you. Roll the car. You cannot teach from the middle of the story. The beginning of the story is the Mississippi Delta. The middle of the story is Egypt. Matter of fact, Egypt damn near the end. Samaria had that shit before Egypt got it. Same teachings. Stop teaching from the middle and the end. Teach from the beginning. And then y'all gonna try to tell us them aliens. No. Them our people, brother. Melanated mound builders building mastables and tails and shit over there is come from here. Shit that's not even y'all culture until we took it over there. Y'all were just burning people up out there on the side of the rock. Y'all wasn't burying nobody with no jury and with no star knowledge. Y'all just were burning motherfuckers up on side the mountain. Hunter-gatherers. You think I don't know that? Elaborate burial came with civilization. Okay, let's keep going. Egyptians, like most of the nations of the world, solar worship. Peruvian solar worship, and our own mound builders worshiping of the sun. All they saying is we knew the star alignment, people. Egypt ain't the only place. Samaria ain't the only place. Mound builders had star alignments before they had them. That's where they got it from. They don't want to tell you straight out. They don't want to tell you straight out, but we're gonna break that down because our structures are older than theirs. So that means the knowledge came from here. It's common sense. Emblem of the sun. Splendor, emblem of the sun. See that? Altars. The city of Mexico, the Spanish found that the Aztecs holding their religious ceremonies almost precisely such as a structure, right? And terraces with corn terraces and all of that. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. The writer comes to Cahokia and standing on the Cheops, whose base covers more ground than any in Egypt. Bigger than Egypt. Look down on the monuments of the prehistoric America. Way bigger than Egypt. Way bigger. We got 40,000 acres of crop field with mounds. The little labor with enormous crops are grown here could excite the envy of plodding planter of the banks of the Nile. Enormous crops over here. The Nile could be envious of the crop fields. Because we are the first ones to roll the fucking corn. That's why they envious of the crop field. Egypt could be envious of the American crop because we got the big dog corn. We got the big dog crop. We got the big dog knowledge, big dog everything. We taught y'all. Y'all can't be bigger than the teacher. You can't be bigger than the tutor, nigga. Roll the corn. Let's keep going. I think I went that one already. Okay. Egypt priests have preserved these traditions of their migrations from another country. Where the fuck did Egypt priests come from? Where the priest of a moon come from? Where the real shaman come from? Another country? Where the other country at? Who the spiritual people over there? Who the first spiritual people, the priest of a moon? Tamerrikaans. That's where the fuck they come from. I'm gonna break it all the way down to the priests, to the land, to the structures, all of it. We're gonna learn all this stuff because this is the real true teachings of our people. Roll the corn. It is a singular fact that most nations have traditions of migrations. Even the Egyptians have a record of their own civilization longer than that of any other people, perhaps, because they have monuments 4,000 years old that show advanced civilization. Even the Egyptians in early writings had traditions of migrations. They talking about Atlanteans from here. Implements of people who what? Who was there before the Egyptians even came. Implements of people who was rolling the corn before Egyptians even got set up. You see that? Let me get out the way. Screenshot that. We was already rolling the corn. See what y'all want to teach my people? Huh? Teach them the truth. They keep going. America is called the New World, for it is newly discovered. Our claim, however, that America is also the Old World and compares well with other countries in this respect. It's the Old World. Prehistoric tokens remains everywhere. Way older than everywhere else. They want to call us the New World, but we are the motherfucking Old World. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Roll the corn. The loose black soil of vegetable mold. That is Kemet. 1877. The soil is the best soil you're gonna ever get. This is Kemet. Roll the corn. Now, let's get into this lane right here. Let's get into this lane right here. Zachariah Sitchin. This is Zachariah Sitchin, right? This is the teachings. All you Anunnaki alien niggas is teaching this man knowledge, bro. Y'all on here acting like y'all is deep. Acting like y'all is everybody. I done read this man book. This man wrote about the Anunnaki in the 1900s. Y'all around here using this shit like it's 100,000 years old. I know his information is incorrect. He is using mound builder knowledge, making them ancient astronauts. They're not astronauts, Zachariah. Stop capping, Zach. Zach. Roll the coin, Zach. Zach, you cap, Zach. Human origins involving ancient astronauts. Man, born in 1920, died in 2010. Right? Sitchin attributed to the creation of ancient Sumerian culture to the Anunnaki. He made ancient Sumeria the Anunnaki, which he claimed was a race of extraterrestrials from a planet beyond Neptune called Nibiru. This nigga made up Nibiru. This man made Nibiru up. That is Sumerian mythology. Claim that Sumerian mythology suggests that the hypothetical planet of Nibiru is an elongated 3,600-year-old elliptical orbit around the sun. Sitchin's books have sold millions of copies around the world. This is a fiction writer. This is a fiction writer. You gonna teach my people all some fiction? A damn Sumerian mythology? How is melanated people teaching a white man, taking mound builder knowledge, making it ancient astronauts? Then you gonna name your shit ancient aliens. It's crazy work. Billy, you gonna name it right after your boy shit? Ancient astronauts, ancient aliens. You took a white man's knowledge and tried to teach it to my people who created the knowledge. Acting like you smart. You piece of shit. Sumerians roll in the corn. Sumerians got the star alignment. Sumerians irrigated the Tigris and Euphrates River. Sumerians built mounds. Sumerians fed the area. They became the gods of the area, just like all the other agriculture people. They are bloodline from America. Them ain't no damn aliens. Them ain't no fucking astronauts. When they talking about DNA getting spread to humans, DNA was getting mixed up for plants. Teach the truth. Teach that Enki and Ninersag and UT is the sun, the earth, and the water creating plants. That's what you need to teach, Billy. That's what you need to teach. Don't teach Enki flying around in the spaceship. Teach Enki is the earth and water. That's what you teach, nigga. Teach Ninersag is the desert, is the land. Teach UTU is the sun. That's what you better teach. Teach that agriculture is going around the zodiac with stars and the sun and the moon. Ancient mound builder knowledge. Not ET. Not ET. Mound builders. That's what you teach. Can't teach that, you're not allowed to teach my people no more, bro. You can't teach the truth. I'm in your comments talking shit. Billy, look, stop capping. You must. Why you teaching Arab, Muslim, Sumerian, alien, Zachariah Sitchin ass knowledge, bro? Ain't none of them your culture. You from Florida, bro. You from Florida, bro. You not from the Middle East, bro. Why you teaching Middle Eastern teachings and you from Florida? You damn near a Mississippian. You a Mississippian, boy. You ain't no goddamn, you ain't no Sumerian. Our people became Sumerian when they got to that area. Roll the corn. Let's keep going. I'm tired. Hold on. Whoa, we know the truth now. What the hell is this? The rain coming, man. Roll the rain for the... You hear the rain? I ain't gonna stop. What is this? Yeah, it pay better, but it ain't better for your people, bro. It pay better. You can't pay the creator with money. The creator don't want your money. The ancestors don't want your money. They don't want it. They gonna tear your ass up. They gonna tell you, all y'all people who are teaching our people the wrong thing, the ancestors is starting to tear y'all apart. I see it, bro. If you're not connected to it, if you're not acknowledging everything that go along with it, if you're teaching another being from another planet created this knowledge, the ancestors is on y'all ass for the new age. Y'all starting to sound like elementary school students, bro. Y'all knowledge starting to sound down. It's starting to sound low vibration. It ain't even sounding right no more. The people know the truth now. You're not connected to it. You're teaching another culture's knowledge, so you cannot get down to the nook and cranny of the truth because you're teaching somebody else's knowledge, bro. Your people are colonizers. You can never get in tune. You could do all the earth offerings you want to do. You can go out there and roll upside the mound, put your head all in the dirt. It ain't gonna never touch your soul. It ain't gonna touch you. You could spit all the knowledge you think you could spit, put all the earth offerings, you can roll around on the mounds. You could scream whatever you want to scream. It ain't in you, bro. It ain't on us, it's in us. See, that's the difference. It ain't on, we know the truth now, it's in me. It's in me. You trying to put it on you, I'm trying to get it out in me. Roll the call. It ain't on you, it's in you. You can play it, act like you this and that. If your bloodline don't go back to that Mississippi Delta, you can stop capping. I don't want to learn nothing from you. I'm telling you, you're not connected. You're not in the mob. You're not in the mafia. You ain't got the pinky ring. You ain't got the ring. You got to be blood to get the ring. You can't be a made man without the bloodline. Let's go. Yo, we're gonna use the mob as it. Yeah, you can't get the ring and you don't have the blood. Capiche? You're acting like you got the blood. You're instead of trying to teach alien knowledge, you ain't got the blood. Instead of teaching about a whole nother power structure from another country, you ain't got the blood. You're talking about a coat of arms, you ain't got the blood, nigga. That ain't got nothing to do with us. And we never will and never have. Roll the corn. Let's keep going. La Familia. You ain't with the Mississippian mob. You a fucking outsider trying to teach Mississippian knowledge coming from another place on the earth that ain't even come from. It don't even come from South America. It don't come from no other shit. This knowledge don't come from no South America. Shit come from North America. Went to South America. The dates add up perfectly. You ain't from the Mississippian mob. Your ass talking about some shit from Asia or some damn where. What the fuck is you talking about? Talking about some Morocco, Ottoman Empire. That shit ain't got nothing to do with we know the truth now. I don't want to learn none of this shit. It got nothing to do with me. Shucking and capping and jiving, acting like you got the Mississippi Mafia blood. You ain't got it. No culture you talking about is older than that valley. Not one of them. These words sound cute, but they not older than us. You could get on here and say all the words and cute words you want to say. That shit ain't older than us. Their knowledge came from us. You taking a piece of history down the line trying to teach it. I'm going to teach you from where it comes from. Right here with these mounds. Roll the corn. Now, look at this mound. Now, they say we don't have pyramid mounds that you can go inside with tombs in there. That's what they taught us. These mounds ain't got no tombs. They just big dirt mounds. You see that hole right there, that door right there? Watch this. Yeah. We ain't walking up in there with kings and chiefs up in there? Yeah. We ain't walking up in there, huh? Interior main tunnel of the mound. Yeah. Walking right in there. Yeah, they in there studying it, pulling out mummies and got lights and, yeah, they all up in there. This shit is built right inside the mound. Who up in there? Royalty up in there. Who up in there? Who y'all pulled up out of there? Way older than Egypt. 5,000 year old Egypt right here. Who you pulled up out of there? This is where the knowledge comes from. This ain't no motherfucking Tuttle She right here. No, they came later on down the line. This is where it come from right here. This ain't no goddamn Phoenician. This ain't no Moor. This ain't no Tuttle She. This ain't no guy. This ain't none of that. This the oldest culture. The door is facing the east. The door is facing the east. The door facing the east for the motherfucking... Why the door facing the east? We know the truth now. Why Egyptian temples face the east? Why Sumerian temples face the east? Ooh, I'm rolling the corn today. Yeah, this the first temple to face the east on the face of the planet. Yeah. I don't even go hard no more. I'm off the dome. I'm off the dome with the. I'm so out of there and light now. I'm off the dome. You facing the east for the sunrise, equinoxes and solstices. The Sirius and the sun rise to the east over the top of the mound. That's the all-seeing eye. Time for the harvest, people. That was celebrated by our culture. So when that sun rise up and hit the back wall in this mound, that is the all-seeing eye. Sirius, morning star, sun, aligning with the temple or the mound or the pyramid, is the all-seeing eye. That's why on back of the money, you break the temple top with the eye from the body of the temple. That means you break the knowledge of the people from their ancient culture. That's why the money got the top of the temple with the eye broke from the bottom. That means you break the knowledge from the original people. They don't understand it no more. They think it's Illuminati. They think it's evil. That's why the dollar got it broke. Pull out a dollar. I ain't got one on me. Put out a dollar and look at it. The temple, the top of the pyramid with the eyes broke from the body. That means they break the knowledge from the original people. Because every one of these mounds during the solstices and the equinoxes, the sun rise right over the top of that door. Just like this. Every year, still in America. This one tore down right here. They tore this one down. They tore this one down. But look at that. Look at the door. Look at the shaft. Look at the shaft. Look at the shaft. Let's go in there and see what's in there. Let's go see what's in there. Oh! Who are them people right there? Y'all go way down the shaft of the mound underground, just like a vault in Egypt, but it's right here in Ohio. Look at the people. What y'all studying? What y'all pulling up out of there? Look at the walls. Look. Hold on. That ain't the right receipt. Hold on. I gotta shrink these down. But it's some on the walls out here. Let me see, can I find it? Here we go right here. Look. That look like a man with a plow right there on the wall. You see the man, this is his face, this is his body. That look like a plow, people. Look like somebody doing some type of agriculture. You see that right there? Look at that. Screenshot that. Look at that close. Now what's on the wall up in there? Huh? I thought wasn't none in these mounds. Huh? Look at that. Buried. We got all type of pictographs on the wall. Look at that. It look like a bull or a horse or something. This look like a man. This is face. This is arm. They're like a plow. Like he plowing the field or doing something. It's stuff all over the wall. Buried right with our ancestors. Right in these mounds. This stuff's so old, they don't even know how old it is. They're just putting dates on it. It's 800 years old. You just look 800 years old to you, 1,000 years old to you. This is 10,000, 8, 9, 7, 6, this 1,000 years old, man. Quit acting like, look at that big ass flint right there. The grain up corn and grain up different things. The flint right there. This stuff ancient, man. It might be I think it's a plow, because you know the mound builders created the plow. Mound builders created the plow. It look like he's down pushing a plow. That's what it look like, right there. That's fire. That's fire. Maybe older, brother. You sure right. Maybe older. Roll the corn. Let's keep going. Level the mound. Level the mound. People tear it down. Tear that mound down. Man, that's a whole Egyptian mound right there in Ohio. Tear that down. The most common types of tombs was the simple two-dimensional log structure constructed by laying two logs on each side, rectangular around the body. This is the most ancient tombs on the face of the earth, inside the mound. You see it, log tombs. These are tombs, people. This ain't no dirt, man. It's just a piece of dirt. Man, them folks done covered the hole up, took all the artifacts out of there, and just say it's a piece of dirt. It's a whole tomb under the mounds, bro. Let's look at it again. Whole tomb. Look at the walkway. Look how big that is, people. Inside the mound. Receipts. ERG. These real receipts right here. These real receipts. Spearhead mounds. That's the one they're talking about. The great horned serpent, underwater panther. Underwater panther is what the old mix are talking about, people. Let me break this shit down. Underwater panther is what the old mix, that's the old mix god. Underwater panther, go look it up. The word jaguar, go look it up. That's the same meaning as underwater panther. Who done it first? Who done it first? Where it come from? see, this is where it get deep right here. See, the great horned serpent. That's the feather serpent, people. That's what they talking about. And the underwater panther, that's old Mick. We done it first. The Thunderbird is Haru. The Thunderbird came from Haru ideology. Right here on the land. Look, spirit and the Thunderbird inhabit the area above the earth. Man, that is Haru ideology, man. Ain't no motherfucking Thunderbird. Y'all ass out of here with that Native American teaching. Roll the corn. Let's keep going. Now we starting to understand. Now we starting to understand. Now we starting to understand, people. All this stuff you see out there in these fields, we riding on the highway with this type of stuff. This is ancient culture, people. Primordial sea. Look. Natural water sources to reflect the island earth sitting upon the primordial sea. That's a big word. Primordial sea. Who talk about the primordial sea? Sumerians. Egyptians. Tiamat is talking about the primordial sea. And when Tiamat becomes a dragon, they're talking about Draco. That means Tiamat went around the zodiac, underworld, primordial sea, just like Enki, goes over the threshold, becomes a dragon. That is Draco in the northern hemisphere. I'm a teacher, hunter-gatherer. If I don't do nothing else. Primordial sea, salt water. That's Tiamat, right? We recreated the primordial sea on the land in America before Samaria was even built. That's the meaning of Tiamat. Go research this stuff. Enki, okay, David Little. Enki is the stars under the equator, brother. When I say Enki, I'm talking about the stars under the equator. That is the underworld. That is the primordial sea. That is the primordial waters, because earth and water is under the land. So the stars are represented by under the equator, and there's a representation of earth and water. Now do you get it, David Little? So when you talk about the primordial sea, that's still in the underworld, right? And when it turns into something else above the equator, like the dragon, it turns into the dragon once it goes over the equator. Now do you understand it? So when we talk about primordial sea, Tiamat is a piece of the primordial sea, right? When she elevates, she becomes a dragon, which is Draco. Draco is in the northern hemisphere. So when you see something transform from primordial waters or the underworld and go into the light and become something else, that is coming from dawn to light. You got to look at it like that, then you will understand what these people are talking about. Roll the corn. Now, why is we talking about the primordial sea, earth mounds in America? It's the same teaching. It's the same teaching. Anu is the equator. Orion on the equator. Right? Enlil is the sky god because he is of the northern hemisphere. Enki is the earth and water god because he is under the hemisphere. Roll the corn. Osiris sailed and fought the serpent every night. They talking about the Haru ideology, the bird fighting a pip, right? A pip is the serpent, Diaz, bro. A pip is the serpent. Haru is the Sirius star alignment. Haru is on the light side. A pip is on the dark side. That is the battle between the bird and the falcon. I mean, the falcon and the serpent, bro. It's star teachings. I just taught you $1 million worth of knowledge, Diaz. Haru is the light. That's the morning star. That's represented by the bird. A pip is represented by the snake constellation under the hemisphere. So a pip is in the dark. Haru is in the light. Good versus evil. Research it. And I'm gonna tell you something too, Diaz. Let's get deep, Diaz. In Canada, there is a mound complex in Canada with that whole story built out in mounds, bro. I swear to God. I had the receipt like a year ago. I gotta go back and find it. But they got the Haru bird in mounds, and they got a pip in mounds, and they got a line or a ditch showing the equator, and they got an X showing the celestial equator with the line. The snake is under the dawn, and the falcon is over the light. They put it on the ground in Canada in mounds. I gotta go back and get their receipt and I'll show it to you, bro. I want to show you that. That's where they come from. Egypt is talking about the falcon and the snake fighting. We got that on the ground over here way older than Egypt. So the story comes from here. Diaz, there's fire. There's fire. Look it up. You're gonna be like, man, that man just told me. Look it up. Look it up. That's where the stories come from. Most of these stories, D is coming out of constellations. We just they broke us from our knowledge of the constellations, so we don't know what they're talking about until we go back into the stars and figure out the real stories. All that Inky and Enlil shit is all about alignments with zodiac, sun, star, and moon. That's all it is, bro. Inky, the lower hemisphere, right? Enlil, the north hemisphere. Go look it up. Research it. I want y'all to research that. Don't just take what I'm saying as gold. I'm gonna give you gold now, but you gotta dig your gold. You gotta go. You gotta go in there and check it out. What I'm trying to tell you, so you can understand. Right now, look, shamans who incorporate the artifact rituals involving travel. The Axis Mundi is depicted on the Adena tablets. Adena tablets. They're talking about star alignments on the Adena tablets, people. Right? Ohio could represent the Thunderbird and the above realm. The Thunderbird is the above realm. See what I'm saying? Haru is in the northern hemisphere. He is in the light. That's why they say the Thunderbird is of the above. See, this is Indian teachings. The real teaching is Haru is over the equator, so he is in the light, in the above realm. The above realm is heaven. The underworld is hell. That's what they tried to make it, right? There you go, right there. See how the ancestors give it right back to you. And I didn't even know this was on this slide. They give it right back to you, bro. They want you to learn it. They forcing us to learn it. That's why Haru is the hero. He is in the upper world. He is in the light cycle. Haru is the hero. He is in the light. Now you get it? Hero come from Haru. Roll the coin. Here you go, right here. Here you go. Look, what does that say? Adena bird effigy. That is the falcon. That's the falcon, people. Hopewell Mound falcons. That's Haru ideology, bro. Ain't no goddamn Thunderbird. What the fuck? No, Thunderbird, the Phoenix and the Thunderbird comes from Haru ideology. The mound builders were doing Haru ideology, not no goddamn Thunderbird. Take that to the Navajos. They got that from us. Roll the cord. See how the knowledge just play out right in our face? Just play out right in our face. Roll the cord. Look. You know what I'm saying? Inside these mound skeletons, bro. Flint blades. Flint blades. Look what's in there. An altar, ceremonial altar, copper bracelets. What that is right there. Flint blades. Egyptians made flint blades. Go research it. Egyptians used flint blades. Where you think they got it from? We are the first people to pull flint out the earth. Let me see can I find the receipt, man, because people be thinking I just be talking shit. You know, true now, I just be talking shit on the live, man. He don't know what the fuck he talking about. He just be capping. Truth be capping, man. Let me see. Truth be just capping on the live. Hold on, roll the call. I got that receipt somewhere. Hold on. Flint blades, right? Truth just be talking shit. Truth just talking that gangster shit, man. Hold on. Hold on. Let me find the flint. That's the copper joint. Let me find the flint joints. He just talking that shit. He can't prove it. Cap. Cap. Hold on. Let me find that receipt. Flint blades. Found all in the mounds, and they all through Egypt also. Same stuff. Same stuff. Let me see. Roll the corn. I gotta find it. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me just pull it up. Let me pull it up. Hold on. There you go. Flint tools. Flint tools. Egyptians, Cushites use flint tools. Now let's go back to your boy. Give me a two if you hear me. 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 Give me a two. Y'all hear me? Okay. Flint tools. Let's go back to the mounds. Flint blade. Flint blade. Flint tools. Knives. Flint blades. Knives. Egyptians. Who in the mounds? Flint. Ceremonial altar just like Egypt. Ohio. You see that? Oh, the corn. Flint knives in the mounds. Flint knives. Same culture. That's the culture we took over there. Same teachings, y'all. It's the same stuff. Same teaching. Okay. Adena. Stone and clay tablets. Symbolic figures. Raptorial birds. Cincinnati, Ohio got tablets. Now, when you see tablets, look, shaman merging with the bird spirit. That's Haru. That's Haru teachings with the shaman. Shaman merging with the bird spirit to travel along the Axis Mundi, visiting different realms above and below. Fire. Fire. Right here in America. Can't teach you no better, man. Let's keep going. Now I got a couple more receipts. Let me see. Roll the corn. There was something here I wanted to show y'all. I'm about to get back to these. I ain't through researching these, man. But I wanted to show y'all that today about the Mississippi Delta, and this is where the ancient knowledge and the ancient cultures come from, and we got to start studying the Mississippi Delta and books about the Mississippi Delta and the mounds and the ceremonies and everything they done. It's gonna lead you right into other cultures. It's going to lead you to the old mixed, the cliff dwellers. It's going to lead you to the Egyptian Sumerians. It's going to lead you to ancient China. It's going to lead right there from the Delta all the way around the world to every other culture. I guarantee it. If you research it that way, it's going to lead you right to it. Any questions, any comments, hop in the box. I answer any questions, any comments you got about the lecture we got today or about any other thing y'all want to talk about real quick. I love y'all and I'm in love with you, man. But this is the truth, history of where we come from. And I think I'm going to go to the creation mound. I might go to the creation mound tomorrow. Nina Waya with the cave. Go out there and get my own footage of that. I might wake up and ride on down there and go live from the cave of the creation story of the Choctaw. Because ain't nobody showing us this, bro. Like, all these other people is we talking about it, but we got to pull up and see this stuff, put our feet on this stuff, put our hands on this stuff. Get some type of video footage of these places from our perspective, because they are putting their perspective on these places, but these places are really our ancient culture. So Ninawaya, it's in a small town in Mississippi. I can't even think of the name, but I think I'm gonna go there tomorrow, get some footage, stick my head in the cave. Like, what's up in this motherfucker? Put my camera, my phone in the cave with the light, see what we can do. I gotta go see it. So that's the last great. Now it's two more places, 3 more places I gotta see. Ninawaya. I gotta go see Natchez Village Mounds, and I gotta go see Emerald Mount. No, not Emerald. Ninawaya, Natchez Village, and what's the name of the Pleiades Mounds? The Pleiades Mounds are the Tunica Biloxi tribe. Marksville, Louisiana, Natchez, Mississippi, and the small town with the creation mound, Waya. I gotta go see those 3. Them the last 3 in Mississippi, then I'm gonna start moving around to other states. So I'm gonna get some footage of that, videos of that, put it all on YouTube. Y'all subscribe to my YouTube. Subscribe to my live subscription on TikTok, and subscribe to my YouTube. Do that for me. Whoever cash apping me, I appreciate y'all. My cash app is We Know the Truth Now. I do all this studying. I do all this traveling and studying on my own. So I just be trying to, because it's worth my people looking at it from our perspective. So everything comes from, my drive and my passion to learn our history. And I just get out here and do it. And hopefully, man, I teach somebody, or somebody see something they interested in and go see it. And because our history is the only people on the face of the earth that has been hidden. Our history is the most hidden history, because our history is the most ancient history. And like a lot of these places I researched that are great places to go to are on private land. It's on private land at this point. I researched it, and I can't get out there. So I try to go to the places that I can touch and show people, and go live from there, and do all that, because ain't nobody touching it the way, I don't think, and I'm not trying to be funny or saying nothing crazy or nothing, but I don't see nobody teaching it from a standpoint of where it actually comes from. Our people. And somebody got to address it that way. Like, there is information and knowledge on these places, but it's coming from a YT man, a native. It's coming from somebody who talking about some aliens, or it's coming from things like that. It's not coming from the people who originally built it. And this is connecting us back to the knowledge. So it's connecting us back to the land. Now we're starting to understand the land is power. The agriculture is power. You learn the star alignment for all that is power. You get more spiritual like that. You get more, you cleanse your soul. You fuel your body and cleanse your soul with that. So I think that's very important for us to become back virtuous like the ancestors, and then we move along and we get our shit back. It's simple, man. Learn to teach us, get virtuous, get patient with nature, and learn nature, and block out all this worldly stuff. Take the stress out your life. Then we get our shit back. That's what I'm on. I love you and I'm in love with you. Them only 2 things I'm worried about. Everything else, they can have it. virtuous Hebrew teachings, and get back in touch with nature, take manly and worldly things out of our daily thought process, and then we take our shit back. That's all I give a fuck about, bro. I don't care nothing about all that old extraterrestrial teachings. I don't care nothing about all that extra stuff. It's for entertainment purposes. Give me a two if you hear me. Yeah, they stole all the folklore story. Give me a two if you hear me. Give me a two if you hear me. See, some of the knowledge is taken and used for entertainment purposes. But this ain't entertainment. This ain't entertainment, bro. Pollen is flying everywhere. Shit. This ain't entertainment purposes. See, you cannot use a people's history as entertainment, bro. Ain't nothing entertaining about people taking our ancestors' land worth trillions of dollars and living good and acting like you are the scum of the earth when the whole time they the scum of the earth. Ain't nothing entertaining about that. Ain't nothing entertainment about they putting our grandmamas and great grandmamas in the hood to survive because they took all their farmland and they were self-sufficient at first. Ain't nothing entertaining about that. Ain't nothing entertainment about that. So all this old created alien shit and created entities and created knowledge and fake stories and all, ain't nothing entertaining about that. Ain't nothing entertainment about you talking about no celestial beings brought knowledge down here and made our people great. No, ain't nothing entertaining about that to me. I don't get no entertainment out of it. Real hands built them mounds, people. Real hands built them pyramids. Real hands wrote the star alignment down on tablets, bro. Real hands, real souls, real people. Real blood, sweat, and fucking tears. Quit trying to tell me some entity done that for us. Nah, we done it for ourselves. We mapped the star alignments. We put the pyramids up. We built the tombs. We put the knowledge in books and in tablets. And we wrote hieroglyphics and cuneiform. And we real people did this stuff, bro. We cannot give this to an unknown being because that breaks you from the spirituality, the spiritualness you connected with your ancestors. Your ancestors put that pyramid there for you to see 1,000 years later. They put that mound there so you could see 1,000 years later and know they were here. You're going to forget about them if they don't leave nothing for you to see. We are visual people, right? Imagine if it wasn't no pyramids and mounds and they telling us aliens done everything. We'll believe it because ain't nobody leave us nothing to see, right? They said keep building it higher and higher and higher and higher and higher, bro. You cannot tear this down. No man can tear this down. No man can tear this down. They're going to tear down the ones they can tear down, but some of them they can't. And so that reminds us that there was a great people here, and these are your ancestors. That's why they did that, bro. They had all type of different purposes, but that's the biggest purpose. We want you to know we was here, so they won't forget about us 1,000 years later. And these people in America want us to forget about this culture, bro. They want us to forget. They want us to not remember how bad they unalived our people and took the land and got wealthy off of it. They want you to forget that. They want you high and drunk and out your mind and thinking about some bullshit. Not about what really made their families wealthy. Come on now. Let me say this one more time, and I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to take some questions, too, but I'm going to say this one more time. These people want you to forget why they got wealthy. They got wealthy off of your land. I was just talking about Duke in North Carolina, sitting on Tobacco Road with Tartarian buildings on the campus of Duke. The Duke Chapel is a Tartarian building, people. It was already here. It's on Tobacco Road because that is the most ancient Nicotania rustica in the world. Everybody on that land is billionaires. What if you from North Carolina and your great-great-great-great-grandmama and them from that land before colonizers got here? It's your land. It's your billion. It ain't about no money, but yet and still, if it's ours, we want it. Motherfucker. That's what y'all tripping on. Y'all want some money? No, it ain't about no money. If it's ours, we want it. If it ain't worth nothing, we want it. It's still ours. Right? All them ancient crop fields made these people billionaires and trillionaires, people. And that ain't they shit. That's why our ancestors in the hood and they out there on the lake, on the best land in the county. They on the best land in the county. Because they know where the best land come from. They took it and then put you over there where the bad land was at. That ain't where we from. We from the good land. They moved us to the bad land. They put the drugs and the guns and the liquor in the neighborhood and on the bad land that they couldn't farm. They couldn't farm right there. Pack you in all together where they spread out on the acres where the farms at. That's all by design. Right? So I just want y'all to think about that, man. That's the truth. JWI, let me get one question, one comment.
What's going on, True?
Yeah, bro.
Hey, man, I took my family to Jackson Mounds in Tallahassee for the spring equinox. Bruh, one of the best experience I had.
That's fine.
Thank you for that, man. Telling me about the mounds, did a little offering. We was out there, made it a whole day, man. I loved it. But my question to you, because now my family loves it, what is the next best mounds we should go see?
You in Florida?
Yeah, but I could go anywhere. I'm in Jacksonville right now, but it don't matter. I was thinking about Cahokia because you're always talking about it.
Cahokia. Closer to you is Ottawa.
Ottawa?
They're by Atlanta. ETOWAH.
Okay.
Ottawa and Ocmulgee Mounds. They're huge, bro. Ocmulgee got the mound with the Haru bird on the floor inside of the mound. And during the equinox, the sun hits the Haru in the middle of Ocmulgee Mounds on the bottom of the mound. It's fire. You can walk in the mound. Yeah.
So when I went to Jackson Mounds, they said they had 7, but they tore one down. You know, the Pleiades star system, like you taught us. And inside that one of the mounds, they had an artifact of the Birdman in there. I took a picture and I'm gonna post it all on my thing. Teaching my family, man, teaching other people out there what this really is. Because people went out there for the lake. I'm like, man, forget the lake. These mounds more important, man. My children rolled down the mounds. They want to go look at a lake. I'm telling them the mound is more important, man. You know, my children went to rolling down the mounds. They were just playing.
You actually seen the sun land over the mound?
Nah, we ain't get come down early because right now it was 40 degrees. You know, us Floridians, you know, that's cold to us.
Oh,
yeah. So I ain't get to see it. We went a little late though.
Yeah. That's fire though, brother.
But I appreciate you, man. I ain't know nothing about a mound until I, you know what I'm saying, ran in contact with you, and now my family in love with him, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Y'all follow JWI. Follow JWI. That's great, man. You get the kids see that, they get interested in it, then you start to learn their history, and that's fire for your kids to see, you know, ancient culture, and you know where that culture come from, and you know, cause see the Lake Jackson Mounds, that's in the Timucua Indian area. Those are Mississippian. Tamuka Indians come from the Mississippian culture. And that statue with the melanated chief with the gold on comes from that area. Those are the mound builders, people, not natives. Chief Santeriwa was over there, those mound complexes in that area. Yes, Alabama. You got Moundville, Alabama. Moundville is beautiful. Peaches. Moundville in Alabama. Alabama got Moundville. They got go check out the Tuscaloosa River, the Black Warrior River with the mounds on it. Fire. Moundville is beautiful. Jay, what's up? Let me get one question, one comment.
Hey, what's up, gang?
What's up, bro?
Chilling. Man, I like what you're doing, man. I like your work. Trying to get everybody interested to it, man. I'm a part of an Israelite community, and I was wondering, was the people of the book was the same mound builders?
Yep.
They are, huh?
Yep.
I kind of figured that.
Israel, Isis, Ra, El. They call Osiris El Asar.
Yes.
You put all three of those together, you get Israel, Isis, Ra, El. Then Juru comes from Haru. So Haru was before Jeru. So when you say Jerusalem, the Jeru comes from the base word Haru, right?
Right.
Haru was first taught in the Mississippi Delta. This through my research.
Yes, sir.
And they're still our teachings. The mound building culture, all of that virtuous teachings with farming and agriculture and the shepherd and the crook and the flail, all that come from mound builders with cattle and agriculture. That's why the pharaohs are buried like this with the crook and the flail.
Right.
Mound builders in America are buried the same way, but they won't show it to us. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple of pictures of some of them, but
Okay, cool, man. Definitely. Yeah. I want to bring that information to you.
That's our people teaches. They just tried to make it seem like it came from this side of the world. In the Jerusalem, Israel, Middle Eastern area. But it ain't
right.
It came over there later.
Right.
The original Hebrews in the mounds.
Yes, sir.
Southeast of America.
100, man. Definitely, because I need trying to get that to the leader of our congregation, to get him to understand that, because I don't think he knows this information, but
I know what you look into too. The first Hebrews wore the helmets. They wore the breastplates.
Yes.
The 12 tribe with the 12 stones on the breastplate.
Yes.
Right. Those people buried in the mounds got the breastplates with the stones. They got the headdress with the Hebrew armor, and they got
that's the high priestess. Yeah.
Hebrew also. So look into that too.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely.
No doubt.
Appreciate you, King.
Good question, no doubt. Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Follow Jay. That's a great question. All those Hebrew teachings about locusts coming from the east, eating your crop up. They come from the Mississippi Delta. Teach in virtue, teach in patience. You become patient in the crop field. You become spiritual and enlightened in the crop field. That comes from Hebrew teachings of agriculture on the Mississippi Delta. Right? All the plagues, the flood, the locusts, all that stuff happened here first. Their teaching went over there. That's why they say patience is a virtue. That's why they say that it's virtuous, right? You become virtuous watching plants grow. In tune with nature. That's how you become virtuous and patient and a better person and a better, things like that. So that goes along with the teaching. You got a question? What you got, D? That comes along with the teaching. Roll the cone. Keisha Taylor, what's up? Let me get a question in the comments.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Am I clear?
I hear you, bro. What's up with it? I got you.
So my
Keisha, I got you coming up next. Come back in the first box, Keisha. What'd you say, bro?
so my question is, like, once we actually get our lands and stuff back, should we go into our mounds and actually find out who's in there so that we can give them a proper burial, like how how we do cemeteries and things of that nature, or is it like it should just be left as it is?
90% of them already been tore up. And we don't and like they got to be in museums and vaults or under in secret places and stuff like that. Then the thing what's hard about that is you don't know what artifacts and what bones come from what area of the America, right? I think we should just leave them alone because these places are so much of ancient Kodesh, which means ancient land, that nobody ever supposed to bother them. Nobody ever supposed to touch them. That's what comes with bad spirits and things hunting people in houses and hunting people in. That's where all that comes from. Once a certain group of people who don't supposed to touch or summon these type of ancient stuff, they bring out bad spirits because the spirit is angry because you bothered what you didn't supposed to bother. So I think we don't supposed to touch it. I think we supposed to. The ones in the museum, I think they should.
Thank you for clearing that up.
I think they should be encased in some type of place where everybody can see them. The ones in the museum, because we don't know exactly where they come from. They all over America. So you encase them in a beautiful setting in some type of museums where our people can look at all of this stuff that they got hid. And the mound is already still there. Leave them alone. Bro, good question though, D. Appreciate you. Yeah, we gonna leave those alone. Keisha, hop back in there. My bad, I ain't mean to do that to you. Level Lake, what's up? One question, one comment.
Peace.
What's up, bro?
Hey man, I just want to just say, man, hey, I thank God for you, bro. Like, man, man, I love the way you break it down, man. You really teaching the people, and man, all praises due to the Most High. Man, so this is what I've been, because I like to do my research and stuff, man, and just different things resonate with me. So I've been looking at the like the Moorish stuff or whatever, and you broke it down real good, man. So when it comes to paperwork, though, when it comes to law stuff, I'm trying to see how to piece all this stuff together when it comes to what's done by law. Of course, we know we're not black, you know what I'm saying, but certain words, man, are slave titles, stuff like that, man. So it's like when it comes to being sovereign and all of that, it's a whole lot to it. But I know my paperwork, I'm coming to the realization of, okay, man, we've been lied to so much, but a lot of things can get us out from being stuck when it comes to certain titles, like, we talk about being native. No, that's like, Mr. and Mrs., those are slave titles. Yeah. A lot of those things hold us bound, you know what I'm saying, to where we can't really move like we need to so we can be free. Mm-hmm. So, man, I be trying to connect the things that teach.
Give you something to think about, bro. Yeah. And this is, and I researched this and I tried to find it for years, bro. A Moor has never won in court. 30,000 cases. Okay. Bro, research this now.
All right.
Because lately somebody probably did squeeze through the crack. I ain't gonna say no bad. But a Moor has never won a land allotment case.
Okay.
Ever. Ever since back with Dr. York, back when a Moor has never come out of the courtroom with a W. They are 0 in 20 or 30,000. So what they teach us? it ain't gonna work, bro.
Yeah.
They go to court, they go to jail for sitting on people's property. They try to use the mortgage stuff, it don't work. They try to get land back that they say they are linked to through a mound. They don't get it back. They try to fight tickets. They gotta pay the ticket.
Yeah.
They come with the fake car tags or whatever for these counties, which the county fake too, but they got they got the power of jurisdiction over you. So you still got to research how many real cases did they win and got their stuff back. Now I couldn't find one W. So that lets me know. Now I got to be crazy if I believe that this stuff gonna actually work. After I see these folks owe in a million. So what I think is, bro, it got to be a large unity thing and just pull up on these people and be like, look, we know the truth. It's gonna have to be a problem on the land if we can't get this stuff together peacefully.
Right.
It's gonna have to be a problem. The way they took it is the same way we damn near got to get it back. I hate to say it like that because I don't like to go that route. They ain't how the way I want to teach it. But after I see the paperwork and the sovereignty owing $1 million, that ain't gonna never work.
Yeah. Because
they calling you a insane person in the courtroom. That's what they try to call you. So I'm telling you how these people treat these people, bro. It sounds good when they spit it out on the internet and they make it seem like they are winning with it, but they losing. So I believe we got to get out. Tyson got the belt in the ring.
Right.
I'm sorry, and it's the only. I searched many ways and different avenues. I searched it for years. I can't find it because they are a criminal entity.
Right.
We can't come to them as we got to come to them as look. We aren't even trying to do no paperwork. We trying to this aisle. We need that back, or we just finna wreck shop. I don't see no way around it.
For sure. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Hey, look, keep doing it, man. I'm continue to roll the corn, bro.
Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate you.
Yeah, for sure.
I follow level late. Every before I get out of here, I gotta show y'all this. Hold on. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. I gotta show you that receipt. Give me a 2 if you hear me. I'm gonna end it with this. Drop the mic. These folks ain't won one case, bro. No case has ever been won in any U.S. court using a sovereign citizen argument, bro. Not one. Dang. Motherfucker owing 30,000. Dang. Am I the only person that's gonna teach this, bro? Not one case. Have you ever seen a sovereign free man of the land or more win a case? Hell no. Crazy work. I ain't never won a case, bro. They couldn't win a game if the spread was plus 100. Bro, it's a scam. You can't take a scam to the scammers, bro. Yeah, I'm sitting outside, Judah. You can't pull a scam on the scammers, bro. I'm sorry. You can't hustle the hustler. They brought the hustle to the. You can't come with the small hustle to the big hustle. What's the chances of you being owing 30,000? They ain't won a ticket case, a tag case. They ain't won a ticket, bro. Mother got a seatbelt ticket with your sovereign tag. They ain't even won. Them people making sure to let you know you not winning nothing. A $25 ticket, you gotta pay it, or your ass going to jail. Roll the call. Yeah, I'm outside, man. I like to do my live outside sometimes, bro. Never, ever, ever, forever, ever, forever, ever. Forever, ever. Step up. Let me get one question, one comment. You ain't never won a case? No.
Hello?
Step up. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm glad you mentioned sovereign. I didn't know how to spell that, but I was looking into it because there's a group. I really didn't understand it, but I'm going to write this down and look more into it. So you would suggest against it? Because I wanted to be an American, and I'm not sure if claiming in sovereign citizens, is that still an American?
Where you from?
I'm originally from Ohio, but I live in St. Louis now.
Where your like grandparents and stuff from?
Well, they're from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and Saluda, South Carolina, but everybody migrated to Berea, Ohio, and New Haven, Michigan.
Okay, first off, you ain't got to claim sovereign because you already from the land.
Yeah, that's why I'm just gonna look that up. But that's why I didn't call for I mean, I didn't come up for that. I am so interested in the mounds. We think we used to play on a mound in Berea, Ohio. I just was talking to my sister, and there were two of them. One was where we grew up in a small town where Baldwin Wallace College is, and the Cleveland Browns actually they tore down a lot of our ancient homes on it's called Pearl Street, and now they took the whole like 2 blocks to they have their training facility there, but there also used to be a mound there too. So we were trying to figure out, are there any is there any way we could find out if there were mounds? And I don't know if I'm trying to think that I used to see like a door on the end of the mound, or are some just with nothing at all. I kind of remember you
It's going
telling me
down
that.
now.
It's down now, but when we were little, we used to try to look in there, but the guy said it's just electrical storage.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, could this have been a mound, or am I just, I
Yes.
mean,
Yes, it
tripping?
very well could in a mound.
We'll have to keep this.
Hundreds of thousands of mounds have been torn down since
Okay.
the 80s.
Oh,
Like the more elaborate big mounds, they're still up. They're using them for mound complexes, but hundreds of thousands of regular smaller mounds in areas with not a lot of money in these areas in these different states.
right.
They just people bought the land and just mowed them down and took all the artifacts and the bones. And yes, very well could have
They
been
throw them away, or they put them in museums.
museums and vaults, and they hide them under different museums or hooked to the Smith. The Smithsonian has like a whole collection of museums that's hooked under them, and whatever's found in the area, they take those bones to the area museum that's hooked to the Smithsonian. They got vaults, storage rooms, all type of stuff. Yeah.
Well, I wanna learn how to support you because this information is so important. Like the other man, if you had a map where you could just send us on journeys, and you know how like at the zoo they
So
used to have you
you
could
stay in
clip a
Ohio?
recording. Well, I'm in St. Louis now, so I do want to go to the Cahokia Mountains. but I
Ohio,
don't know the history.
Ohio got all the Adena mounds, beautiful mounds. Ohio, Adena, Indiana. The Midwest is full of mounds. You can go
Is there a map, or do I just look up Ohio mounds?
Cahokia is a good part. Um, Look up Adena mounds. It's like 5 or 6 different mound complexes with the Adena mound.
Is it ADENA or
Yeah,
IA?
Adena. Yeah.
Okay.
Area where you at. Indiana, look up Fort Ancient. Places like that. And then in the South, we got Moundville, Alabama. In Tennessee, you got Pinson Mound. Pinson Mound's a land just like Egypt. Cahokia too. Pinson Mound, Ocmulgee, that's in Georgia. Ottawa Mounds, Georgia. Winterville Mounds in Mississippi Delta. Any one of those.
Well, we're waiting on you to set up a tour or give us a tour guide to send us on.
I'm gonna
I
tell
mean,
you,
we're
right.
waiting.
And that hurt me the other day because my schedule got so messed up what I couldn't plan it. But I wanted to do it last Friday on the 21st. That was the spring vernal equinox. My schedule was so messed up I wasn't gonna be able to get there on time. And I didn't want to have everybody there, and I wasn't gonna make it on time. So the next time I know for sure, we're gonna try to put it together better, and we're gonna start getting to these mound complexes. You're right.
We'll keep it up, and I'm so grateful that you do not talk the space stuff. I mean, I think everybody has good information, but when they go there, I kind of scroll off.
Yeah, me too.
So calling them out and keeping it true. This is something we all value. So we got to support you too. I mean, and when the little girl called you a scientist, you are that. We need to start whatever you're doing. I don't know the name of it, an archaeologist or a scientist. That's what you are, because they're not telling the truth.
But I do the star alignment work, the archaeologists, the artifact work, the what it used to be and what it is today. I just got so many hats. Because if you go down all the categories, all of them are blocked from us to learn where we truly come from. So I gotta decipher all of these categories at one time to get to the truth. And I don't know what to call it. I just call it, we know the truth now. I don't know.
We gotta come up with a professional name for you, because you can sit at a table, the round table with all the professionals. They've been lying to us. So take that name and grandfather yourself in, get a business card, and I think your life will change.
I just really do it for people. You know what I'm saying? For my people. A lot of people try to get me to go on these different things with all these scientists and all these.
You don't have to. Just talk to us.
Yeah, but they
figure out a way for us to pay you.
Yeah, they already mind. They can't teach the truth because they'll get disbanded or disbarred, or they'll get kicked out of the room with the elite archaeologists. If you say melanated people in America are the mound builders, and you're a YT scientist, you'll get kicked out of their community, right?
Yeah.
That's why they won't do it. So that's what that's all about.
Make sure you have some soldiers around you protecting you. Get prayed up, and yeah, I'm going to look for our mounds. If those are mounds in our community, I want to know.
Any mound on the Mississippi River is some of the oldest structures on the face of the earth. They won't tell you that, but this stuff.
The hardest thing I have to deal with is sometimes they don't look like us. They do look like the natives. So just go in there and ignore what they made them look like, or do we start questioning?
The museum is made to make it look like natives. The museums are orchestrated to make it look like natives, and they use some of the artifacts that they use are not the artifact that looks exactly like our people. They hide those. And they put the regular looking artifacts with with like a bland face. They'll put those out sometime, but the ones with the dreads in their head and the ones with it's artifacts like that. All those are here, storage, museums. They're not putting them out. So
Now, when you ever go to Mexico or Peru, I think you talk about where oh, that ancient place with the bulls under the water.
Lake Texcoco.
I want to go. I'm scared to go to anywhere without being with a lot of us. So if you ever go down there,
the underwater city of Atlantis.
yes, that place. So if you ever get a group of people who want to go down,
Well, I'm working on. I got you. You put some stuff.
All right, keep us posted. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, bye-bye.
I'll follow step up. Good question. Follow step up. You say elite receipt engineer. I saw that in the chat. Elite receipt engineer. Roll the call. That's heavy. Elite receipt engineer. That's my title. What I have to say? What? See, it is elaborate. It's an elaborate cover up of who the people were built the mounds, y'all. Elaborate cover up. You put the native face on it. You reproduce artifacts. A lot of these artifacts are reproduced. People don't understand it. A lot of these artifacts ain't the artifact that came out the mound. A lot of them are artifacts they reproduced and put it in a museum. The real one is in the vault, right? They are not finna just show you the artifacts straight out the mound. A lot of them are reproductions. Like I go through artifacts, reproduction. Why are y'all showing us the reproduction of an ancient artifact? Just show me the one that come out the dirt. It's a reason for that. The one come out the dirt gonna look like you. The reproduction gonna look like them. That's the difference. That's the difference, man. That's the difference. Roll the corn. Reproduction of artifacts. I'd be like, bro, who does that? Just show me the real one. It's crazy. But subscribe to the YouTube. Subscribe to my live. I got some new subscribers on my live subscription. I appreciate that. That's my cash out. We know the truth now with the red logo. Next time I come up with I get my schedule design down for us to do some mound, meet up at some mound and stuff. I'm gonna come with that too. It's still coming. I ain't forgot about it. It's been on my mind ever since the spring equinox. It's been on my mind because that's when we supposed to meet the first time. It's been on my mind. And I'm gonna get it together and get it more. I want it to be organized and planned out right and done right. I don't want it to be sloppy and everybody popping up at different times. Nah, I want it to be organized, man. So that's no reason I didn't do it because I thought it wasn't gonna be very organized with the dates I had available. So that's what it is, man. But y'all have a great day. Good lecture today. We talked about the Mississippi Delta. Yeah, I want to connect with the youth, man. I've been trying to figure out ways to connect with the youth where I can sit down with classes of youth and go through some of the information. It's a lot of stuff I want to do, man. It's just so much. And I'm trying to put a whole lot of stuff together that makes sense for our people to learn the way we supposed to learn it in some type of setting. The Delta Devils, the Mississippi Delta Devils. You know what that means, right? They're talking about mound builders. They're talking about melanated Indians, the Delta Devils, because they used to fight. The melanated Indians who are descendants of mound builders were called the Delta Devils because they was in the Delta fighting against colonizers, and they called them the Delta Devils. They and their ancestors wore horns coming out the mound, so they wore the horns. That's why they call them the Delta Devils. Just like the Tasmanian Devil. Think about this. They use the story of the Tasmanian Devil to usurp a people who was melanated on that island, right? The New Jersey Devils, you're right, Chris J. Same stuff. They used the melanated people. You know them people of them Tasmanians were melanated, right? Then they used the same ideology for the Delta Devils. There was melanated Indians down there in the Delta, where the most ancient culture come from, the Mississippi Delta. Right? They call them devils. Now you start to see what they called it. That's why they call Erie, Pennsylvania. Erie. They call it Erie places with mounds in because it's a strange place. Erie. They named the city Erie because it's ancient culture. They just call it Erie. The Erie, Lake Erie. Mounds all around Lake Erie with copper production from mound build. They call it Lake Erie. See, words that go along with different stuff these people put on top of cultures, right? The Delta Devil is fire though, because the Delta, that's what we're talking about, right? And somebody asked me what mounds are in the Delta. The Natchez Trace, mounds all up the Natchez Trace. Winterville mounds in the Delta, 55-foot tall mound right out there, aligned with stars. Go check it out. I got a video of it on my page, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all. I'm in love with you. Appreciate the support. Appreciate y'all going on my YouTube, my TikTok, all of that. Appreciate the cash out. Appreciate the motivation for people. It's like, keep going, because we got to keep going with this. And sometimes I need that motivation from y'all, man. I love y'all. I'm in love with you. Y'all have a great day. Khalil at the gun, that means roll the corn. We know the truth now.